Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each and every week to keep it tasteful, but discretion is advised.
Now, enjoy the show. This week on Outdoors Delmarva.
The 38th annual White Marlin Open is in the books, and we've been in Ocean City all week. From our cameras offshore and our footage from the scales, check out some of the big fish, big boats, and big winners.
279 pounds.
Then it only happens once a year, but these local kids get a license to get muddy. We're headed to Mud Madness. And you won't want to miss our viewer venture cam video as some local anglers head off the coast of Delaware for a sharkin' adventure.
Right now on Outdoors Delmarva.
Hi everybody, and thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker, coming to you this week from Harbor Island in Ocean City, Maryland for the 38th annual White Marlin Open, the world's biggest bill fishing tournament. Yeah, drawing in hundreds of anglers and spectators from across the country, all of these teams of boats hoping to hook up with a potential $1 million prize-winning fish. Now, throughout this week's show, we're going to be checking back here to show you not only some footage from out on the water, but also plenty of footage of those big fish coming into the scales.
When the clock struck 4 a.m. Monday morning, it signaled the all-go for the 237 boats registered in the 38th annual White Marlin Open. For me, it was the second year in a row that I'd spend day one aboard the Fishbones with Captain Mark Radcliffe and crew based out of Ocean City.
Typically what happens on the first day of this tournament, Monday, we should see a lot of people on the jetty there, spectators, and it's a pretty awesome sight. And all these big, beautiful boats trying to get out of Ocean City to get out there and catch the big white marlin.
It didn't take long before the skyline on the beach started to fade, and the real journey began. A 3-hour trip to sea, to the deep blue water that trophy billfish love to live in. By 8:30, we found ourselves in several hundred fathoms of Baltimore Canyon, where first mate Phil Knapp readied a mullet dredge designed to look like a live swimming school, and dropped several artificial teaser lines behind the boat. Name of this game? Steady Troll, for as long as it takes.
It looks like the Alexis coming in. This is an 82-foot boat, one of the bigger boats coming in.
Hours later, when the scales opened up on Monday, the crowd at Harbor Island was pumped as usual, with the first few boats arriving with flags flying. Now, upside down means catch and release, while straight up means something to weigh in. And for the team aboard the Alexis, it meant taking over the top spot in both marlin release points and the dolphin weigh-in category, with angler Kevin Stafford weighing in this 39-pounder.
We had a great day. I got an awesome crew. Everybody pitches in. Everybody was catching fish. Just got lucky.
Day one would close with more dolphin and some tuna, but missing atop the leaderboard, billfish, when neither a white or blue marlin would be weighed in. On day two, the action picked up. This video, courtesy of the crew at the Jet Lag, based out of Lewis, Delaware, shows 8 yellowfin being boated. Jim Jones, Pat Tobat, and Chuck Coverdale were among this team who made a day of it, earning points, but nothing heavy enough to make the leaderboard. Back at Harbor Island, the Pipe Dreamer from New Jersey showed up to the scales in style with a huge big eye tuna, reeled in by angler Chip Caruso. And at 279 pounds, this whopper easily unseated the tournament's previous tuna leader.
And we formed for about an hour. My crew's been together for 15, 16 years, fishing the same group of guys, and we're pretty decent big fish guys, I guess.
Later, a female angler, Brandy Zirkle from Ocean City, would also find a top spot in the Wahoo category, landing this 68-pounder aboard the Restless Lady. Most notable on day two was the arrival of this tournament's namesake fish, the white marlin. And while several of them brought to the scales were too small to meet the 70-pound minimum, a white brought in the final hour would qualify. and this 86.5-pound white caught by Brian Klein aboard the Ocean City-based Tighten Up was now on top of the heap. By Wednesday, our boys aboard the Fishbones got back into the action on the water, providing Outdoors Delmarva with this video, hooking up with a nice white marlin, but settling for release points when it didn't look like it would measure up at the scales. Still, finding the fish midweek is key for this team, and dozens of others still hoping to contend. The crew of the I. Carter also provided video to Outdoors Delmarva showing the catch and release of a nice white marlin. As you can see, these fish love to fight. At the scales, several more white marlin would arrive on day 3, but none would contend with the 86.5-pounder caught the day before aboard the Tighten Up. However, a new leader would emerge in the dolphin category when Gordon McNamara from Baltimore weighed in this 41.5-pounder caught aboard the Ranger. But it was day 4 by far that brought the biggest level of excitement when rumors started to float in that the tournament's first big blue marlin was nearing the scales. And again, the crew of the Restless Lady didn't disappoint, as the crowd gasped in delight at the sight of this 699.5-pound blue reeled in by angler John Schindler.
And once that happened, it was like mayhem, you know, everybody was so happy. And I couldn't pick up anything, I was just shaking.
Day 4 would end with 2 new white marlin grabbing the second and third place spots. But with 218 of the tournament's 237 boats expected to fish on Friday, the tension at the 38th annual White Marlin Open would only mount over the next 24 hours.
70 pounds plus to qualify.
Just as anticipated, Day 5 would be one for the history books, as final day drama started just after the scales opened, as the crew of the We 1-4 from Wilmington, Delaware, weighed in an 88.5-pound white marlin, 2 pounds heavier than the current leader. But in a twist rarely seen, the new leaders weren't entered into the most profitable Calcuttas, and though weighing in the biggest white of the tournament, the crew of the Tighten Up, who did enter the higher stake Calcuttas, now with their second place fish, were still in line to take home the biggest catch prize, an estimated $759,000. With just a few more smaller fish being weighed in through the evening, our Outdoors Delmarva cameras headed to the Ocean City Fishing Center, where the Tighten Up was docked. And with just seconds remaining in the 38th annual White Marlin Open, the countdown was on to victory, as captain and crew and the big money-winning anglers pour with emotion.
Feels incredible. I'm actually speechless and shaking right now, so I don't even know what to say. But we are very happy and blessed, and we appreciate it big time.
So how's it feel now? Are you seeing dollar signs?
You know, I'm not seeing dollar signs. I'm just seeing, thank God for these two right here. These two needed this. They wanted it. This is why. Right here. This is why.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Thanks for supporting the White Marlin Open, and get outdoors, Delmarva.
Oh, there's just been so much excitement here at the 38th annual White Marlin Open. We want to say congratulations to all the participants and, of course, this year's winners. Being crowned a champion at this event isn't just a goal. For these anglers, well, it's a lifetime achievement. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva. Kids love getting dirty, but this is taking it to a whole new level. They've got a license to get muddy.
But first, did you know? Ocean depth is measured in fathoms. If you were fishing in 100 fathoms, how many feet deep would the ocean be? The answer when we come back.
Outdoors Delmarva is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, and Goody's Marine. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back.
Did you know? Ocean depth is measured in fathoms. 1 fathom equals 6 feet. So if you were fishing in 100 fathoms, the water would be 600 feet deep.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Captain Willie Dykes, and we'd like to warn you about this next story. If you're the type that gets squeamish at the sight of mud, you might want to think clean thoughts for the next few minutes. As the song goes, hello mudder, hello fodder, here I am at Camp Odyssey.
It is sheer, unadulterated fun outside. I'm coming!
The organizers of Camp Odyssey at the Salisbury School have treated their campers to a unique event that happens once a year.
This is the only opportunity kids have to just get in the mud and get dirty.
The event is called Mud Madness, and today marks its 20th anniversary. Founders Oliver and Melissa Johnson describe the mayhem's unusual origin.
20 years ago, Oliver and I were camp counselors here at Camp Odyssey, and we were performing a skit for the campers in the mud. We didn't intend for anyone else to get in the mud, but by the end of the day, everyone was in the mud and Mud Madness was born.
Now you have to love an event that employs the services of a mudologist.
The guy that makes a mud pit.
You'll see that a proper mud pit is a lot more than just water and dirt. There's some meticulous science involved.
We try to fluff the dirt up early, keep it aerated and light, and then add water on the last day. If you add water too early, each little grain of dirt gets a little film of water around it, and its surface tension holds each grain perfectly apart.
Soon the air is thick with anticipation, and the area is quickly filled with excited kids.
Bring on the mud.
This event is crazy, man. We're anticipating it so much.
The good part is you get dirty. The bad part is sometimes it gets stuck too. And I'll throw mud at everybody.
Welcome, everybody. You guys ready to get dirty?
Go, 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 go.
Station 16 in Salisbury supplies a tanker to help keep the kids cool, as well as to enhance the muddy mayhem. And a rainforest filled with happy children is born.
To bring Mud Madness back every single year here at Camp Odyssey at the Salisbury School. We love mud!
After the campers get their fill of mud for the year, it's time for a good cleanup.
This is so weird. I don't know how I'm getting mud out of my hair either.
Don't you get out of there! This might be the stress's last outing. 20 years ago, I thought we were going to be in a lot of trouble for sending dirty kids home, but it's turned into a really great event. It's a lot of fun, and I'm glad to do it again.
And anticipation of next year's Mud Madness begins anew.
Get outdoors, Delmarva!
The producers here at Outdoors Delmarva would like to inform our viewers that no children were hurt during the filming of this story. But I can imagine some of those muddy clothes were just tossed out.
Still to come on Outdoors Delmarva. See the action from the Soapbox Derby.
Stay with us. Mike and Captain Willie have more adventures to come.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker. Well, you don't get much bigger when it comes to events than the White Marlin Open over in Ocean City, and we'll head back over to the docks in just a few minutes. But first, we wanted to take you on a quick trip to another local event on a smaller scale where you don't need much to have fun. just a little bit of gusto, and of course, gravity.
Ready? Ready, driver? 3, 2, 1.
Let's face it, there aren't many hills here on Delmarva, so the downtown parking garage with its gentle slopes and wide turns made an ideal arena for the second annual Salisbury Super Soapbox Spectacular.
The competition has grown immensely. I'm very nervous now about getting my trophy back.
These 9 entries from the Salisbury JCs and Boy Scout Troop 185 from St. Francis de Sales will test the limits of their craft, following a few simple rules.
The riders need to wear a helmet. Your wheelbase needs to be at least 2.5 times your height ground clearance. There are no other specifications other than that, except for that you sign the hold harmless agreement.
3, 2, 1.
During the first leg of the event, it's all about racing the clock, or just trying to keep your cart together.
Get set, go!
But the grand finale is the double elimination event that pits the racers in a head-to-head race to the death. Okay, at least the little rubber finish line at the bottom of the ramp. And it's down to the spiffy Blackhawk against the ungainly Three Wheels of Death. And it's a photo finish, with the Three Wheels of Death winning by a tread.
I think that was pretty darn close. Probably ought to re-race, but it was pretty close. But we inched him out.
But all in all, it's not the win that counts. It's returning home with all your parts.
Get outdoors, Delmarva!
Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, we're headed back to the weigh scales for the 38th annual White Marlin Open. Get a recap of the week's events.
Stay with us. Mike and Captain Willie have more adventures to come.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker, and as promised, we are back here at Harbor Island in Ocean City, Maryland for the 38th annual White Marlin Open. Lots of big boats, big fish, and lots of excited anglers. Here's a recap of some of the action.
Well, first of all, it's always been fun, and 38 years, it's just always been, it's a business, but we have great people that work with us and help run the tournament, and it's just always been an enjoyable experience.
279 pounds.
This year the fishing was a little slow early on in the week, slower than it has been the last couple of years, but it picked up Thursday. Lots of white marlin caught, blue marlin caught. We got a 700-pound blue in here, and then today also a lot of white marlin caught, and of course we had the biggest white brought in today. There are several winners in the White Marlin Open. Certainly, the We Won caught an 88.5-pound white marlin, and they caught the largest white marlin in the 2011 White Marlin Open. They're going to win about 210 grand for that fish. Heaviest white marlin goes to the We Won. The biggest prize winner goes to the Titan.
Nice job, guys.
Officially over.
Well, we want to give special thanks out to the organizers of the 38th annual White Marlin Open, the town of Ocean City, of course, Ocean City Tourism, for welcoming Outdoors Delmarva into the fold for this year's event. For more coverage of the White Marlin Open, just head to outdoorsdelmarva.com and make sure to check us out on Facebook. Coming up next on Outdoors Delmarva, we put the viewer venture cam in the hands of some Delaware offshore shark anglers, plus your latest viewer pictures.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by Shorts Marine. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. Outdoors Delmarva is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism, Shorts Marine, Shooter's Choice, and Goody's Marine.
Thanks for watching Outdoors Delmarva. I'm Mike Parker, and it's time now to take a look at some of the videos and pictures sent in by our own Outdoors Delmarva viewers.
When the fellas from the Anglers Fishing Center in Lewis recently headed offshore for some sharking action, we asked them to take the Viewer Venture Cam along for the ride. Of course, they didn't mind. Chuck Coverdale from Milford joined Captains Brian Waslovic and Ted Molinier for this trip offshore from Sussex County, where some fresh bait drew the attention of several species, including these hungry sand tiger sharks. Now, of course, these sand tigers are a protected species, and new shark regulations require an immediate in-water release just in case you happen to hook up with one. Well, these guys were happy to comply to help the well-being of this precious natural resource. Thanks for sharing, guys. On to our pictures this week. How about a few posted on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page? Mike Snedeker from Selbyville is a spear fisherman and was fishing around the African Queen, a submerged wreck off the coast of Ocean City, Maryland. Now, he needed a good eye to spear and retrieve this 67-pound cobia. Beautiful fish, also known to be very tasty as well. Vincent Deskowitz from Milford sent in a few shots, the first of which is from his collection of backyard critters. Yeah, dragonflies are good security against other pesky insects in the garden. Vincent also ran into a roadblock recently while visiting Assateague, and these ponies didn't look like they were in much of a hurry either. And Paul Bianco from Chestertown passed along this shot of some duck decoys on the dock and wrote, "I am sick of summer. Here's to the upcoming waterfowl season." Well, don't worry, Paul, it'll be here soon enough. We love sharing your outdoors videos and photos here on the show, so please keep them coming. Just email me at mparker@wboc.com, or you can post them on the Outdoors Delmarva Facebook page.
Well, we had an absolute blast here at the 38th Annual White Marlin Open in Ocean City this year. If you haven't made it out yet, what are you waiting for? We'll see you out on the docks for the 39th edition. Until next week, for my partner, Captain Willie Dykes, I'm Mike Parker, reminding you to get outdoors, Delmarva.